It's time to get some retro achievements. Space Harrier got some retro achievements, and I want them. So I figured, why not play some nice Space Harrier. I don't want to talk about the first Descendant feat rendering. We'll save that for the podcast. We can have a real conversation about it. Ugh. I feel filthy watching that stream last night. But a bunch of, the games get added to retro achievements all the time. And, it's kind of nice to see some of this. I don't know which version supports it. Let's try this one. And it is not this one. It is the other one. There we go.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
And we were capturing it, but it went away. Why? What is going on here? We had it a second ago. It was working a second ago. What the hell happened here? Yeah, I hear you, buddy. There we go. Space Harrier.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
So I looked at the list. It looked like the achievements in this were pretty straightforward. It was just kind of like a lot of like beat the stages, but also, do well in the bonus stage, which is not as easy as it sometimes seems. But it doesn't seem to imply that, okay, complete the game without dying more than 10 times. That feels doable. Reach Ida at the end of Giza without dying or shooting outside of battling Squilla. Destroy 10 heads. Okay, so some of these specific ones you'll probably need to focus on a little bit. But like, run all the way to Squilla at the end of Moot without flying or dying. Like, Moot is level 1, right? So that means go from the end of level 1. Wait a minute. Don't fly or die. Wait, I don't remember which stage Squilla is the boss of. Oh well. Let's just play it.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
I love Squillex, that guy. Whoa. Ah!
Get ready.
All right, okay. Go low, go high, do some shooting. Yeah. Okay. Ah. Evil robots. Evil
You're doing
robots.
great.
Oh man, that's not 50. Okay. That'll take a little dedication.
You're doing great.
Apparently I'm doing great. Ah, weird pills. Dead pills.
You're doing great.
Thank you. These robots stacking up. Bunch of weirdos. Ah! Yeah.
Get ready.
Okay.
You're doing great.
robots! Okay. A lot of robots that I was not killing quickly. Ouch! Shit. Nah, too much. Go away.
You're doing great.
Okay, now this, but faster. Ah, fucking big pole.
Get ready.
Big pillar. Yeah, okay. Got him.
You're doing
Bow.
great.
Here's a little extra bow for you. We found the machine that goes bow. What if we took like 12 of these regular enemies and threw them all at you at once? Okay.
You're doing great.
Go for it. Ah, robots.
Get ready.
These are cool looking robots. Totally original design, brand new.
Get ready.
Never been seen anything like it ever before. Fucking shit, man.
Get ready.
It's that noise, it's a very like threatening noise. When I hear it, I go, ah, shit, robots. Ah, shit, bone dragon. You want to see my two-headed bone dragon? Never go with anyone who asks you that. If they want to take you to another location and they say, do you want to see my two-headed bone dragon? Just leave.
You're doing great.
Do I have any of the best times or scores for any retro achievements? I don't know if I have the California Games for the Lynx. At one point I had all of the leaderboards and I was the first person to master it, but I know that's not the case anymore. I think that someone has beaten most of those scores, but I was at the top of the California Games Lynx leaderboards for a while.
Great.
It's good drums. Thank you. Yeah. Faster. Down, up, that. Okay. Shoot some guys. Down, up, shoot.
You're doing great.
The rocks are moving. The shit.
Get ready.
I'm ready for more battle scenes. Similarly, I think if someone says, "Come, you want to see my one-headed bone dragon?" Just leave, man. You don't need that. You don't need anyone that would refer to it that way in your life. Especially if they say, "Focus on the head and it will blow up." Like, no. Leave. Moving is bad. It's hard.
Get ready.
Shit. There's too many robots. Dickhead. Look at this guy. Look at how cool he looks.
Get ready.
These robots.
Get ready.
Yeah, that's it. I think that was 10 lives.
Get ready. You're doing great. Get ready.
It's a lot of shit.
Get ready.
Evil fire dogs.
Get ready.
It's fucked up what's happening here. Give it up for G'Darni, everybody. Shout out to Barbarian.
Get ready.
And your boy Squilla. Everyone loves Ida. Salpidon, you know, not people pretty indifferent, honestly. Of course, Sierra. Your boy Valda. And of course, Uriah. Some stuck notes in this Soul emulation, huh? So what's left? The bonus stage stuff, 50 trees on stage 5, 60 towers on stage 12. 28,000 points. God damn it. Don't die. Yeah, you know, I did way better. That is one of probably the better runs through that game I've ever had. You know, it's amazing. You focus, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to try to do this in 10 lives or less, as opposed to just like, I can dump quarters in this all day long. Who cares? So 15 is a better starting point than I would have thought. Run all the way to Squilla at the end of Moot without flying or dying. So okay, Squilla is the boss of stage 1, so that just means like don't fly in stage 1. Reach Ida at the end of Giza. So Giza's stage 2, so that means what they're asking you to do is don't shoot outside of battling Squilla, where you have to shoot, until you get to the boss of stage 2. Destroy one of Ghidarni's heads while the other isn't. So that means, like, I assume that means take down one head completely without hitting the other one at all, which that should be doable. I'm going to try this stuff. I'm going to try running all the way to Squilla without flying or dying. Let's try that real quick.
Get ready.
But I can shoot. It's just flying or dying.
Ouch.
So we'll do I left the ground there for a sec. I wonder if that counts. Let's just, for safety's sake.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready. Ouch! Ouch!
Ouch! Ah! These fuckers are going to shoot at me a bunch before they eventually give up. That was not that many times. Yeah, that's not that bad. Doing it without shooting, like you can fly but you can't shoot, seems like something you could kind of do too. Like that doesn't seem impossible. But that's not great for, like, I don't know. I guess I should reset because this is not going to be a great score run. Maybe I'll try the level 5 bonus stage one more time. Oh, God.
Get ready.
This is just a great fucking game, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. If you don't like Space Harrier, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. I'm not saying you have to think it's the greatest game ever made or anything like that, obviously, but it's fucking cool. Oh, let's see if I can do this. I think that was it. I feel like that was it, but maybe I accidentally got a shot in on. Yeah, I must have got one shot in before I realized what I was facing. Oh well, that doesn't seem that hard. Just killing one head completely. Good thing I killed all those robots.
You're doing great.
I guess that's it for them. Never see them again. It's like you can't really control the bounce, so you gotta like figure out, you know, where you're landing and when. I'm doing way worse this time, aren't I? Yeah, that was way worse. Great. Awesome. Was I doing great? It didn't feel like I was doing so great that time. Yeah, destroy one head while the other is intact seems pretty doable. Get to the end of stage 2, only firing on the stage 1 boss. And don't die. I'm gonna give that one shot, and then maybe do something else. But
welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
the game's so quiet when you're not constantly shooting. Really gives you a chance to appreciate the music, you know? Oh, well, fucking great. One more.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready. Get ready.
Oh! My God.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
I don't think I ever realized that that ping noise is you lining up with a target. I always thought it was just a noise that was the start of them blowing up, the start of most enemies exploding. Huh. It's almost like Zaxxon. Like Zaxxon has a little beeping, like there's when you're in space in Zaxxon, there's a little beeping noise it'll make when you line up. That's weird. Ah, God damn it.
Get ready.
It's not easy, man. I mean, it doesn't seem hard, but also harder than I gave it credit for, I guess. But yeah, listen to it ping when I line it up. I'm going to get 28 million points by just sitting here racking up score 10 points at a time. This dragon getting mad. Yeah. It's like, hey,
get ready.
Done fucking around. More battles, many more battle scenes will soon be available. Gonna make my mashup of the Squilla boss music and fucking E1 M1.
Get ready.
It's a good game. And yeah, I don't know. That's I you know, most of them were just finishing the game. Most of the achievements were just for finishing the game. So I figured, like, hey, not gonna be too difficult to do that. But these seem to, like, I don't know. I've always felt that the bonus stages always seemed to elude me in this game. So in some ways, these actually seem like the really hard ones. 28,000 points. What was my score? Let me look at the website real quick here. What, how close was I to 28,000? The high score is 30 million. I got 27,500,000 and 27. But yeah, so I got 27.5. So 28 seems like something you should be able to do, especially if you're having a run where you're getting these achievements for finishing the bonus, getting all the bonus stage stuff. It looks like the one that has been achieved the fewest times is actually destroying 50 trees on stage 5. Only 12 people of the 95 people who have played it have done that. 20 people have gotten 28 million. So yeah, I don't know. That seems like something you could do. Yeah, it seems like something you could do. I'll probably, I don't know, like I don't know that I'm going to make some focused effort to be like, I'm going to sit down and master this game, but you know, I play enough Space Harrier from time to time that it seems like something I could chip away at over time. But except, you know, I mean, the ones that require you to do some pretty specific stuff. Campanella 3 is inspired by Space Harrier. Yeah, Campanella 3 is, yeah, yes, it is. Yeah, a little bit. It's not the only game like this, but sure. Space Harrier is such a, you know, such a specific thing that they never, they never really followed up on it especially well. It was like Planet Harrier is really the only, like, I think, cool game in that lineage. Because it sure as shit ain't Space Harrier 2 for the Genesis. Worse music, worse levels. But it does have a stunner area. Look at how shitty this is. Look at how fucking awful this is. This is the game I want to do. I need to just sit down and make a list. But I want to do the fucking port authority, port of call. Let's look at all the ports of Space Harrier 2. This is the game I always think of because there's like a Spectrum version that is insane. Like, just to look at. It's so weird. You know, there's all of the weird versions of Space Harrier 2 that got ported around everywhere are very interesting to look at. The Mega Drive was more capable of this. This is just poorly coded. So this was like a launch game. This is like a pretty early Genesis game. We fight Gamera here. Three-headed Gamera. But yeah, it's an ugly game, especially by comparison. You know, the smoothness, like obviously the movement is so much worse. You know, and part of that is like you have a digital controller, a D-pad instead of, you know, a proper analog stick, the way the arcade original had it. And so you're kind of already struggling. Yeah, this, I don't know. This, I hate everything about this game. I hate everything about this fucking game. Oh my god. But yet, I think it would be really fun to sit down and look at like all the fucking weird ports that this game got. It also feels like you have a limited number of shots on screen in this game, which is terrible.
Get ready.
What about the Master System version? So the Master System version is Space Harrier 1, not Space Harrier 2.
Get ready.
So when they said many more battle scenes will soon be available, I suppose they must have meant this game because nothing else happened after it. I guess until Planet Harrier came out. Look at these idiots. Look at these fucking guys. Dorks. Anyway, fuck this game. But there are there are a lot of versions of Space Harrier and Space Harrier 2 across all things here. Let me just look. So Space Harrier 1 came out for the Saturn as Sega Ages Space Harrier. It came out for the PlayStation 2 as Sega Ages 2500 Series Volume 4. There's an X68K version of Space Harrier 1. There is an Amstrad CPC version of Space Harrier 1. There's a PC-88 version of Space Harrier. Ooh. I bet that is positively grotesque. Commodore 64. DOS version of Space Harrier. The arcade version. The Sharp X1 got a version. That's more, what is that? That's Genesis. There's the NES version of Space Harrier 1. There is a Master System version of Space Harrier 1. There is a PC Engine version of Space Harrier 1. There's a 32X version of Space Harrier 1, and that's actually pretty decent, all told. There's an unofficial port of... This is the fucked up thing, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the really funny one that people point out, right? No? Is this loading something strange? Am I typing here? No. All right. No? I don't know. Okay. But there's a really crazy version for some Japanese computer that is just fucking blocks. It's crazy. There's Space Harrier 3D for the Master System, which used the 3D glasses. There's a Amstrad version of Space Harrier 2. There's a C64 version of Space Harrier 2. There's the Genesis version of Space Harrier 2. And then I guess I don't have all of my games scanned into these playlists because there are certainly more. But let's look at, I'm curious, just preliminarily, what does this X68K version of Space Harrier look like? I bet it's fine.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
This is okay. That's a fast drop and respawn there. That's a weird... That's a little weird. But what about... I'm sorry. I'm like ruining my ability to do a full video on this later, I guess. But now I really want to see what the fucking PC-88 version of Space Harrier looks like, presuming it loads up. Let's try it. This might need you know what, let's try a different version of it here. Let's try this one. Oh, this one has achievements. Good, good. But will it load? No screen at all leaves you wondering what the fuck is going on. Let's try, actually, I do kind of want to, because we're here, we're capturing, we're doing stuff, we're doing cool stuff on the internet. I kind of want to try this setup here. There we go. Let's try the Mister. Now I think I can do, what can I do? I need to turn this TV on. In order to get audio, I think I need to push that and have the TV on. And then I can change this input source over to HDMI. And let's see here. There's a newer version of the PC88 core, isn't there? Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh boy. Let's see if this is going to calm down. There we go. Okay, let's just make sure, since this loads quick, I can do this and see make sure sound works. Actually, I probably want this. Don't have a keyboard hooked up to the Mister, so I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Well, there's nothing in that directory. That's great. Okay, let's but I'll play it again. No, we don't get a second time. Oh man. Okay, this is disc 1 of 2, disc A. And then I guess we'll put disc 2 in the other drive for kicks. Disc 2 of 2. And then we'll hit reset. And see what happens. Now we're gaming. With the power of Dempa. That's a pretty good...
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Oh, shit. fucking blowing my mind, man.
The graphics are blazing.
Like, the graphics are blazing, but like it's the audio that is kind of blowing my mind here. Like, it's got the speech, it's got the, you know. And this game plays at a decent speed for what it's worth. I mean, you could do a lot worse. All right, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to look at Space Harrier 1 and 2. Every version of it that I can put together, every version of it that I can find and get running on a Mister. Oh, that's a little slow. Is this actually representative of whatever platform this is? That's a great question. I have a game that maybe is a little bit more representative of what this... Oh, I can't see any of this. This is like... Ah! What a great noise! Yeah, there's another game I can think of that's a little bit more representative of the old PC 88. There is one game that comes to mind. Yeah, I might need to set the the CPU speed or the mode to make Space Harrier run completely properly. This game is, I think this game's pretty representative. In terms of games we can show on Twitch, you know, there may be some games that are more representative that are a little too hot for Twitch.tv. This game is called Super Mario Brothers. Special. It's a special version of the game. It's a special version of the game. Made by the same power team that brought you Mario Party. And everyone loves Mario Party, right? Nintendo and Hudson together. Making great video games like they always do, right? I don't have time to actually play this game, so I don't need this many lives. This is the power. I feel like this is the power of an FPGA fully realized. Is, hey man, we found ways to make like these great old games accurately run, and also we recreated obscure Japanese computers, and now you can finally play the fucking weird obscure version of Super Mario Brothers that is like an interactive version of an incurable disease. And the annoying thing is I want to get all of the retro achievements in this game. So I have to play it in RetroArch. But PC88 emulation in RetroArch is like a little uneven compared to this. This core, as far as I can tell, is much closer to accurate to the real hardware. And they've been working on it, and you know, there's been some solid updates lately to make this core even better. And I worry, you know, like every so often I do find myself looking at Japanese auction proxy sites and looking at copies of this game and looking at a PC88 and thinking, I should own this. I should have this. I don't know that it will happen because, you know, he is increasingly difficult to get in front of these days. But I fear if I were to ever get the opportunity to interview one Shigeru Miyamoto, I would ask him about this. I would talk to him about this game. And then they would very quickly usher him away. Anyway, I can't, yeah. Cool thing though is I have all the Mr. stuff configured. So that was showing on 3 separate displays. 3 separate displays were showing Super Mario Brothers Special because the monitor in front of me is a good pass through from the capture card. The TV behind me is showing it, and the audio actually comes from that TV over optical into my headphones, and then I have the OBS window over here. So truly surrounded by one of the most interesting video games ever created. Did I ever play Punchball Mario Brothers? Yes. I had heard about Punchball Mario Brothers before I heard about Super Mario Brothers Special, and so yeah, yes, that is a strange game. It is you know, a little less interesting than Super Mario Special, I think, but still kind of cool in its own way. I don't have a good way, you know, and this is all running through a RetroTink, so I'm sure it's just a profile. I need to create more profiles, but like I don't have a good way to play vertical arcade games at this point because the way it's all set up, it makes them all look like this. So I need to like rotate and then crop and do some stuff, but to make this all look right. Stanley the Bug Man walking on the wall over here is freaking crazy. I mean, I can, you know, like I can. Ah! Bugs! Get him off me! Donkey Kong has got his bugs! Have I played the Sharp X1 version of Mario Special? Yeah, it's not as, I don't know, I don't think it's as great. I mean, you know, I got like 5 minutes here. Um, yeah, that version of Mario is interesting because it's certainly worse in some ways. But I don't think this version is all that interesting for a couple of reasons. One, this version doesn't have retro achievements. And two, I don't know, the colors look better in some weird way. But also it has this weird clicking that I don't know if that's original hardware clicking or if that's questionable emulation clicking. But this version of the game is somehow even more fucked up. And I think I went through the core options on this trying to figure out, like, oh, is there just some setting that is not correct or something? But I don't think that's the. Like, we tried running it on a Turbo Z. That's nice. The reset button doesn't actually work. Cool. I guess the clicking is either better or worse depending on your feeling about this buzzing noise. Yeah. What if we go in low resolution? Raster? Yeah. Maybe if we turn off the FM board. Under preparing indeed. Yeah, this version of the game, is less interesting for a few different reasons. All right, low resolution doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe running it on a fake Turbo Z does run a little bit more consistently, but it's still pretty fucked up. And that didn't seem to do anything. Let's turn on no wait. That probably will just fuck things up. But we'll load it one more time here. Sampling rate. No, sampling rate's just going to drop the sample rate of the audio. That's not going to. That is not going to do it. Core options. Let's just. Turn this back to normal here, but well, let's try. I mean, I don't know. 12 megahertz CPU clock, huh? Oh yeah, now we're gaming. A whopping 20 megahertz. It feels way worse. When you speed it up, it feels way worse. Eight's not bad, though. Eight's not terrible. What if we extend the audio buffer? Maybe the... No, I was going to say maybe the buzzing noise is like a bad audio buffer problem. Yeah, there's not really much else we could do here. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that it came out for both of these platforms for sure. But gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I hope everyone has a good rest of your Wednesday. Been a real bummer of a Wednesday out there with all this stuff, but you know, at least we've got Space Harrier Retro Achievements to get us through, I suppose. I'll be back on Friday. We'll rank some 8-bit Nintendo games, so come on through then, and we'll make it happen. Have yourself a good rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.